everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's On The Social. This is a show where you take control and send in questions for me to answer. First of all, I hope you're all doing well on this beautiful Wednesday night. A bit chilly out there. Look, before we get started, as you know, this show, the way it works is you basically send in. I've just got to turn that heater off because I'm absolutely melting. You send in questions for me to answer. I'll kick off with the first question, which is in the title. We'll go through that in a minute. And then, you just randomly send in questions, and I'll try to answer as many as I can and try to keep you entertained for the next 30-odd minutes. But before I start, just quickly, I was going to do this show last night, but obviously we all received the news yesterday, the news that we was all dreading that sadly little Isla Caton passed away in the early hours of Tuesday morning. So I didn't think it was right to sort of come on and laugh and joke and do the show last night. I think yesterday was all about Isla, and rightly so. Still can't believe it at the moment. It's a lot to take in. It's very close to especially one of Isla's cousins, but I've got to know the family well over the last few years, and she was such a beautiful little girl that touched so many hearts and brought a fan base together when it was on its knees. And the fans have been unbelievable for Isla. Everything they've done over the last few years. I mean, I can't put into words how Nicola must be feeling, and Michael as well, her dad, and Amelia, big sister, and just the whole of the family. And it's sad, but if there's any little bit of comfort to take for little Isla is that she's out of pain now, and she's in a better place, and she'll be smiling down on all of us, hopefully smiling down on West Ham for the rest of the season. And it's sad, and it's tough, but look, Isla, you'll be missed. Great little girl. I had the pleasure of meeting you a few times, even though you was a little shy little thing. But always smiling, and Isla's smile will stay with us forever. So rest in peace, Isla. Look, let's get on with the show. So let's kick off with the first question of the night. Let me just get a little drink. Right, so you've all seen the title, so we'll go through it. This is from West Ham Fan TV, well, me. Who is to blame for our lack of transfers so far, Moyes or the board? As you know, still no signings in. Only a few days left of the transfer window. A lot of people blame Moyes. A lot of people blame the board. So I just want to know your thoughts on it, and I'll read your comments in a minute. But look, I'll give you my quick 2 pennies worth. Look, we all know David Moyes. He's known as Different Dave, and he likes to work with small squads, and he'll only bring in the players that he thinks that will better the team. I actually am on board with that. I think that's good. You don't want to get in too many players and upset too many players. But look, realistically, we do need bodies. So hopefully before the transfer deadline day on Monday night, we do get a few players in. I know we've been linked with a centre-back today, caleta-car from Marseille, who's looking likely that he'll come in, which would be massive. Obviously, Jesse Lingard, we all know that situation. I think that's going to, as I said last week, I think that's going to go right down to the deadline last minute if anything's going to happen. Obviously, there's other players we've been linked with that we'll go through in a minute. I'm sure you'll mention. But look, start giving me your thoughts. Who's to blame? Is it Moyes? Is it the board? Is it a mixture of both? Where's Rob Newman? Where's Kretinsky? Where's the money? Come on, let's get your comments. So I'm going to start going through them now. So let's have a look here. I've got Archie. Lawless was hyping up this window. I warned him this how certain clubs are run, like Spurs and Arsenal. They aren't serious clubs when competing. Look, fair. In fairness to Lawless, I think we might have all been building it up a little bit. We all thought the position we're in, we couldn't see anything else, but that's just us as fans at the end of the day. But I'm hoping that we do start taking it seriously, especially in the last few days of the transfer window. I'm expecting minimum 2. We need more, but we definitely need a few bodies in. Alistair Campbell saying, regarding Lingard, surely if he wants us and we want him, there must be a way to ensure it happens sooner, the better. I say, yeah, look, we'd all love Jesse Lingard in the summer. Would have loved him in on the 1st of January. But I had a feeling if he was going to come, it was going to be dragged out to the end of the transfer window. Obviously, Newcastle look like they've pulled out the deal. So maybe Jesse Lingard's told them, look, I'm no interest in going to Newcastle. It's either West Ham or I sit out the last few months of my contract to United, get a nice payoff, and then join us in the summer. Chris Mills is saying, even if Moyes was dragging his heels, if the club was ambitious, they would have demanded the targets be on their desk on the 1st of January. Obviously, they don't really care now. They have their excuse sorted. Yeah, look, 1st of January, when we woke up, we'd love to have seen 3 or 4 players coming in over the first few days in January. But the January window is always a tough one because to go out and sign players, clubs are not going to release them players unless they've got replacements coming in. So it's such a difficult window. I mean, the summer, you obviously have longer. You have 3 or 4 months, whatever it is. But yeah, I agree, mate. I think we should have had more done earlier in the window. It's been a great season for us. We've still got so much to play for this season. Europa League, FA Cup. And I know we're out of it now, but we're still not out of the top 4 race. So you never know. A few good signings and a couple of wins and we'll be back in it. Matt saying, to be honest, in my opinion, it is what it is. I'm used to all the rumours and paper talk year in, year out. And even if we sign one player, I'll be surprised. If the ball does back Moyes, then fair play if we've only got 5 days. Yeah, and that sort of goes on the previous comments. You know, it does get boring, I must admit. I try to stay away from transfer rumours. That's why I've not really been doing any transfer shows, and I let Nicky do it and let the others do it. I mean, I do read. I'll flick on the forums like everyone else does and West Ham news and that and just see who we're linked with. But we're linked with so many players. I mean, I think Gio's got a Bible of his pink book with all the players we've been linked with on the Hammers chat. So, yeah, there's just so many rumours and that. Right, Lee Phillips is saying, evening, Ryan. Lingard will be a great signing and we have been crying out for him in recent games. Also, a striker and a centre-back will really push us on and make us compete. I hope it happens. Yeah, I think, look, a centre-back, Lingard and the striker would be the perfect window for most West Ham fans. You know, we've been linked with so many strikers, Diaz, Origi, Brojack, the Chelsea player who's on loan at Southampton. And I see today I had to write his name down because I forgot it. Bamba Dieng, I think it is, from Marseille. He's obviously playing in the African Cup of Nations at the moment with Senegal, so I can't see that deal happening before transfer deadline day. But yeah, there's just so many players we've been linked with, but I do hope that we do get at least 3 in. Matt saying, I'll be happy with Adam Holzik and Jesse, but it's not going to happen. Evening, Mrs. Creswell. West Ham fans who love the boxing, make sure you go to the York Hall in March for Mike Little's fight. He's a hammer and will be a good night. Yes, definitely. End of March, Mark Little's fighting for a title at the York Hall. I'm going to be there. Andy's going to be there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of West Ham now supporting Mark. So, yeah, if you want to get tickets, head over to Mark Little's Twitter page and all the links and descriptions are on now. Ben saying, evening, Ryan. Evening, Ben. Sam Zini saying, Ryan, you reckon you can play striker for 6 months? Probably not 6 months, mate. I could probably give you about 6 minutes at the moment. But yeah, no, listen, mate, if I could, I would, but I can't. I'm shit. Gravy27OB saying, all right, Ryan, what's going on? I'm all right, Gravy, mate. I'm on the social. I'm on the social at the moment, mate. Matt saying, rest in peace, Paradise Baby Isla. Yeah. Definitely, mate. I think we all echo that. Semigel 316 saying, I thought Moyes was told by the board he could go out and sign who he want. There's money available from what I've read. Yeah, I mean, that was the headline of our Friday night pint last week, that Moyes was told he can go out and sign who he wants. But as I said, he likes to work with smaller squads. And look, if he goes and gets 2 or 3 players in the next few days that he thinks he's going to make this squad better and make us compete in Europe and the FA Cup and challenge for that top 4, then I'm all for it. I can't question Moyes' signings of late. He's made some decent signings and every signing he's brought in has improved the first team. So, yeah, long may it continue. Ben saying, do you think we'll sign anyone or do you think we're going to too late as usual? I do think we're definitely going to sign at least one. We need 2 or 3, but I can see us definitely getting one in through the door. Right, let's have a quick look here. Matt Hammer saying, evening, Ryan. I'd like to send my condolences to family and friends at this really difficult time. Yeah, thank you, mate. I'm sure, as I said, every West Ham fan and not only West Ham fans, Millwall fans have been brilliant. All fans up and down the country have been unbelievable in trying to help Isla fight a battle and raised hundreds of thousands. And there's been people standing outside grounds with buckets. I remember seeing Baz and his little niece up and down the country collecting. Sean as well outside on match days. There's just been so many people that have chipped in to help Isla over the last few years, and it's just been amazing to see the fan base united. Let's move on. Ben saying, do you think the fans will blame Moyes or Bald in this window? Well, it's pretty much the title. I'm asking you that. I'm sort of. I think people will probably blame Moyes more for the fact that he does like little squads and he's picking with who he wants. The board have come out and said they're going to back him, so it looks like they're doing their part. I just want to know what Rob Newman's doing, because I think he's come in on a brilliant salary and he hasn't done much yet. But look, he might be doing things behind the scene, getting ready for the summer. We don't know that. I'm just being picky at the moment because I'm getting, like many West Ham fans, I'm frustrated at the lack of players so far. Frankie James saying, typical West Ham that was on 6 players at 10:45 on deadline day. Mate, I'll take that. I will take that, because at the moment we haven't got a game. So if we get them in at 5 minutes to midnight, just before the deadline, I'll take that. But yeah, 6 players. Well, I think everyone will be happy with that. Ramakrishna Yadav. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, mate. I think we'll be pleasantly surprised on the last day of transfer and win just a gut feeling, mate. Yeah, I hope you're right. I really do. And I hope that West Ham, David Moyes, the board, all surprise us, all give us something to smile about, so we can all sit on there Monday night smiling, and we can all do videos on our different channels on Tuesday and all be smiling, saying, look at all them players we got in. Isn't it beautiful? Now we're going to go on and win the Europa League, or the FA Cup. And we don't want top 4 because we're going to win the Europa League, but we're finished 5th. If only, eh? Ollie saying, it's the board. It's always a board. Reluctant to spend as usual. Yeah, but look, if they're saying they're backing him, I mean, we'll never. I suppose it's one of them situations, in it. We'll never know. We will never know. Stan saying, can you see caleta-car happening? Love the channel. Come on, your eyes. Thank you, Stan. Thank you for your support as always, mate. Yeah, I can. I mean, Moyes has targeted him. I know we've obviously been linked with Nat Phillips as well at Liverpool. And, well, the Tarkowski one, I think, is out of the water now, because I think Burnley have put a £30 million price tag on him, and his contract's up in the summer. So I think they want him for their survival at the bottom of the table. But the caleta-car one, as long as everything goes to plan, yeah, I can definitely see that one happening. And what an addition that would be. Lee saying, the board, they don't want to spend. They're going into 2023, so why spend? They lend you a £5 and want a tenner back. Yeah, that just sums them up, really, doesn't it? They've not got long left at the club. Probably another year, I reckon, before hopefully Kretinsky can take over the club and bring in another investor, and we can all move on from the GSB era and just start a new era. Right, Bill and Larara. We can see with Manchester United spending stupidly that signing impulsively can affect and hold us back for years. Yarmolenko, for example, Championship players are our best bet. Yeah, I mean, Pellegrini done it. Pellegrini spent a hell of a lot of money in that summer transfer window, and did it work out? Did it bollocks? You know what I mean? And you look there, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Haller, all them sort of players, and Yarmolenko's the only one left at the club out of them 3. But Pellegrini did sign Fornells as well. So, there was a couple of decent signings in there. But Jack Wilshere, we all know how that ended up. But yeah, I do agree that sometimes going down to the Championship, you do find a few gems. And we've been lucky with Championship players over the last few years. You know, Diaz at Blackburn is one we've been linked with. They're looking at rumours between 25 and 28 million. Is he worth it at that age, unproven in the Premier League? Look, you never know. He could step up and he could be brilliant. He could score goals for fun in the Premier League as well. But unless you take that gamble, you're never going to know. Right, let's have a look, see what other questions we've got coming in here. Jimbo saying, no one is to blame. People need to open their eyes and see that other clubs are not spending much either. Arteta and Moyes have the same reply when asked. It's tough. Yeah, do you know what? Looking at it, when you do look around, it's only really Villa, Newcastle, Watford that have brought in over 2 players, I think. Other clubs, there's a lot of clubs that haven't done anything. I don't think City have signed anyone. United ain't signed anyone. Arsenal, I don't think Chelsea have signed anyone. If they have, I think it was only someone like a youngster. But there's not many. There ain't much. It's not like the January transfer windows of old when teams used to go out and spend so much money. You know, they're holding back a bit, and it is a tough window. We all know that. And as much as we want players to come in, of course we do. It is tough. It is very tough window. Right. James is saying, where's James's comment gone? There it goes. The ball of back Moyes, supposedly, if he is known as Divering Dave, then it's him. He needs to pull his finger out and quick. It's getting silly now. Yeah, that's the only thing that lets David Moyes down, doesn't it? But as I said earlier, he does love a small squad and he likes targeting the players that he thinks will improve the first team. So all we can do, I mean, it might come back to bite David Moyes on the arse at the end of the season. It really might. And I'm not saying it's going to cost him his job because I think he's done a brilliant job. And I think all the people that overreacted on Saturday with the Moyes out and things like that, I think he's just stupid. I can understand you being frustrated and having a go at Moyes, but to say Moyes out after the job he's done was ridiculous. Right, let's get a few more of the comments in there and then I'll start taking some other questions. So have you got any questions, any other questions, not transfer related, get them in and I'll start going through them as quick as I can. Bazar Allen Jones is saying, don't understand all the upset. The window isn't closed yet. We're impatient as fans. That's how we are now. We live in this social media world where we want to know everything 10 minutes before it gets released. And I remember when I was younger, and there's probably people a lot older than me that didn't even have this. I had to wait until you got to the ground to find out we had a new signing, or open a new recorder on a Wednesday, or read teletext. You know, those were the days. Now it's just everyone wants now. I do understand. Yeah, we are a little impatient, but that's just the way. That's the way it is at the moment. Stevie Ray saying Moyes seems to identify his targets, but if they don't want to sign or the club is asking for too big a fee, he seems to struggle with having a plan B. Yeah, that's spot on now. I think Moyes has made this clear in a few of his press conferences and interviews that there are targets there. West Ham have made approaches, but they're just not available. So do we go out and just sign anyone for the sake of it? Or does he wait? Does he try to get them at the end of the window? As I said, clubs that like Blackburn are not going to want to sell Diaz without having a replacement coming in. If Blackburn were fall from bottom in the Championship, I think he'd probably be a West Ham player now if we really wanted him. But they're near the top of the Championship. You know, selling him to us and getting 25 million is going to be nothing compared to what they get if they go up promotion. So it's a difficult one. But Origi's available apparently for 10 million. I know Scott don't like him. If you watched Friday Night Pint last week, Scott don't think he'd improve the West Ham's first team, but I think he'd be a great signing and definitely someone we need, someone to challenge Antonio. Right, we'll go. Jack saying, good to see you, Ryan. Just wanted to ask whether you'd rather see Moyes find some third and fourth choice players or find none and get some first choice players in the summer. Yeah, basically what we was just saying. Will he wait to the summer if he can't get his targets? I mean, we're not going to get relegated, but we don't want it to end up being a disastrous season after what we've achieved so far. I mean, we dropped out the top 4 last week after losing 1-0 late goal at Old Trafford, and we're a point behind United. Yes, other teams got games in hand, but we're still there. We've still got the last 16 in the Europa to come up. We're still in the FA Cup. So it can be a great season, but it can also end up being a disastrous season, and everyone be saying, what if at the end of the season? Let's have a look, yeah. E20's own TV saying, big up, Ryan. Big up, mate. Big up, James. Right, George is saying, apparently the loan deal for caleta-car is bollocks. We're apparently offering around 80 million and the deal is close. I still think Man U will cave in as well and sell us Lingard. I'll be happy with them too. Yeah, I think that West Ham initially wanted a loan deal, but Marseille ain't playing ball. For 18 million, you're looking at a 25-year-old defender there, who Vlasic knows very well. I think he'll be a great addition to West Ham. If we can get him in, yeah, I mean, him and Lingard, I'll be happy with that. I'll be honest. I know we want a striker, but I see Bowen as someone that can play up top as well, and Lingard can come in and sort of take his place. Yeah, I'd be happy with them too, definitely. Benjamin saying Tarkowski has expiring contract and someone will overpay his contract on a free over the summer. Yeah, definitely. It's a bit like the Lingard situation, isn't it, really? Going to sit there, probably see it out and move somewhere in the summer and get a nice little sign-on fee. Right. Let's have a look. Malcolm saying, all the greatness we've done so far is going to be undone. The squad is knackered and injured. Summers lost their mojo and Defo needs some freshness to lift the squad, to lift everyone. Yeah, I think that goes with what we've said so far in the show. We don't want our good work to be undone. Knackered and injured. I think this winter break's come at a good time. They've had a week off. I mean, a few players have gone away, relaxing with their families. Obviously, next week we'll build up to the FA Cup. And then I think we play Watford at home on the Tuesday. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get someone in just to freshen up that squad. Just people that are in the first team, just give someone to challenge them for a position so they up their game. Obviously, we've got Ben Rama coming back who's back from the African nations. So he'll feel like a new signing. I'm not saying that's good, but he will feel like a new signing because we definitely missed him in the last few games. Gravy saying, why don't we get Sarr on loan or Phillips? Yes, Sarr, are you talking about the Chelsea Sarr? I can't see us getting him. He's been in the first team at Chelsea, doing really well. Nat Phillips would be a great signing as well. caleta-car and Nat Phillips both coming in would be perfect. But I can't see that happening. It looks like caleta-car is the one they want to get in. Let's just hope they can get that deal done. Jay Woods is saying, Ryan, do you think the board are lacking ambition? We had the chance to add at the start of the window, but looks far from it now. Lacking ambition, it's difficult to say because obviously if reports are true and they've come out and they said they're backing Moyes, then their ambition. But yeah, we all wanted it done a little bit sooner, but look, it makes it a little bit exciting for deadline day. There's no football over the next few days, so we're going to be a little bit bored. So the transfer window, and look, I'm guessing that Moyes is working tirelessly 24/7 to try to get these deals done. So yeah, right. So let's have a look. Yeah, he's saying different. Something. Thank you, June. Thank you, June, so much. Here's a different question from transfers. Let's forget about the transfers now. Let's concentrate on some other West Ham bits because you've got me for another 10, 15 minutes. June, do you think we have a good chance of winning the FA Cup? Yes. I say that every year. It don't matter who we've got. I always think we've got a good chance. But yeah, it's exciting. Going to Kidderminster next Saturday. We managed to get a couple of tickets, which I'm happy about because I didn't think we was. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going. Another ground that I've never been to before. Proper FA Cup tie, 6,500 fans, little ground. It's going to be difficult for West Ham, but that's the magic of the FA Cup. Obviously, you've got to have luck on your side in the draws. You know, you could get through the next round, you could draw a City away or a Liverpool away or something. But if luck's on your side and you just keep going round by round, then yeah, we've definitely got a chance. And I'd love to see us win it, especially this season. With Mark Noble's last season, and obviously I think winning it for Little Isle of Caton would be massive as well. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to avoid all these transfer ones, as many as I can. Right, this is a good one. Ryan, what is your opinion on the Europa League prices for the home tie? Yeah, I see that come out today, and there was a lot of uproar on Twitter, and rightly so. I mean, West Ham done a good deal in the group games. I think I paid three games for 75 quid. Can't complain. 25 quid a ticket. Happy days. European nights at the London Stadium, the light shows. Brilliant. Brilliant for the young kids as well to see that. But yeah, the prices come out today and they're ridiculous. You know, this is what lets West Ham down. This is what lets the ball down a little bit. Things like that. I mean, we don't even know we're playing yet. You know, we could be playing Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, Napoli, or we could be playing Sheriff or someone like that. One of the lower ranked teams left in it. So yeah, I don't agree with that. And I didn't even realise that they're on sale for season ticket holders, and you got until I think it's next week to do it. And they expect you like to fork out 45 quid, like just like that. And it was only that I see the email that I realised that my seat was up for sale. If not, it's getting auctioned off to someone else. Someone else can buy it. Yeah, the prices are ridiculous. They should have looked after the fans, kept it low. I think 25 quid, 30 quid max is a decent price for the European nights. Pack it out. But, you know, yeah, I mean, look, if we get a Barcelona or Borussia Dortmund, of course it's going to be packed out. It'll be packed out whoever we play. We're them fans. We moan about the prices, but we're going to pay it. And that's probably what lets us down sometimes. But look, we love going to watch our club play football. And we want to see West Ham, you know, in them big European nights. So, yeah, right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right. Daily Sam Pyatt still creating, getting back. Yeah, we could raid Marseille and do a triple deal, couldn't we? And bring in that Dieng as well as caleta-car and Pyatt. Imagine that. I don't think Pyatt would be welcome back, but imagine Pyatt in his prime for us in this squad now. Craig is saying, are you doing a live on transfer deadline day or transfer day? Yeah, I'm sure we'll do something, mate. It won't be an all-day thing. Probably when we get home, probably the last few hours of the transfer window, we'll all log on and just sit there and twiddle our thumbs and dream about the players that we should have got. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have at least one or two new players to talk about in the next few days. Grant saying, how true is Calvert-Lewin transfer? I think that was just rumours, mate. I think ex-employees sort of confirmed it as well. And as we know, he's a great source, ex. I don't think there was anything in that. Great player, and 60 million, I think, would be a bargain. As long as he's injury-free, he's a good player, England national, done wonders at Everton, proper goal scorer. Scored a couple of goals against us over the years, so he would have been a great addition. But yeah, I didn't believe that story. I thought it was just like, you know, filling up columns in the papers. Chris is saying, do you think we could be waiting for the summer as most clubs can loan out his 6 players and we can take advantage of that? I'm just trying to take a positive from yet another shit window. Yeah, I think we're all trying to take positives, mate, from this window. As you know, people that watch this channel know me. I try to find a positive anything. So yeah, look, it's gonna drag on, mate, where it's gonna be however many hours we've got left of the transfer window now, or what is it, Monday? So, you know, it's gonna be one of them ones that I think we're all going to be sitting there on Monday, checking our internet, checking our Twitter, refreshing. As soon as that yellow bar flashes up, saying West Ham, come on, please be West Ham. Who we signed? Right, Frankie saying, Ryan, what do you make of the Alex Krauss situation? Even with Souček and Noble out of the squad, Moyes still don't bring him on. Shouldn't we send him back if he's not in Moyes' plans? Yeah, this is a weird one with Krauss because from what I've seen of him, I was actually impressed with him. I think United away in the Cup, he's done well, and he's had a couple of spells in the European games. I just don't get it. He must be really bad in training. I just don't get it why he ain't getting a chance. As you said, Souček was out the other week, Noble was out, and he played Lanzini there. You just obviously don't trust him, and if he hasn't got that much trust in him, send him back. Just send him back and bring someone else in. But it's a shame. But look, if Alex Krauss still there in the squad, I'm sure when he's asked to play, he'll do a good job. I just don't get it. It's a weird one. Matt Powell, hey Ryan, how long do you think Roy Hodgson will last? Probably till the end of this show, mate, if I'm honest, the way Watford go. I read a stat yesterday. I think they've had like 15 managers since 2012. And I think we've only had about 19 in our whole lifetime, our whole 126 years or whatever it is. It's crazy. How could you want to work for a club like that? You know, the amount of money they must have paid these managers off, especially Ranieri. I bet he was on a huge contract. But as typical, his first game is going to be against West Ham at London Stadium in the Premier League. So, yeah, let's hope we send Roy home upset, bottom of the league or wherever they are. But yeah, I mean, clubs like that, I don't know how you could supporting a club like that must be frustrating because you don't know. Time you've learned your manager's name, he's gone. Right. Yeah, this is the old saying, Chris Perry. Don't go to bed early Monday. I'm hopeful we'll sign players. Don't go to bed early. That's the one tweet that I see get retweeted so much on transfer deadline days. Is David Gold's tweet when he said, "Don't go to bed." Right, a few more questions. Sean saying, "What's the thing with Bowen to Liverpool?" Yeah, look, Jurgen Klopp's made it clear he's an admirer of Jared Bowen. Look, who can blame him? He's been one of the best performers in the Premier League this season. He's getting goals and assists. He's on fire, and we know why. But yeah, look, there's rumours that Bowen's going to be offered a new deal along with Ogbonna and Souček as well, which would be massive. If West Ham can tie, especially Souček and Bowen down, it'll be a brilliant bit of business by the club. Still need Declan Rice tied down as well. Look, I know contracts don't mean nothing these days, let's face it. But Bowen seems happy at West Ham and Moyes loves him. He's one of Moyes' first names on the team sheet. He's a worker, and that's what Moyes likes. West Ham unofficial. Hello, Jake. Have you got a permit to film, Ryan? Only messing with you, mate. Hope you're well. Yeah, we had a thing up at Old Trafford last week. I think it was on Marshy's fan cam. You can see one of the stewards coming over. We had a bit just before that. It was absolutely ridiculous. You know, we're standing there with we use our camera phone because it's hard to get a proper camera into grounds. And look, we've got a camera phone. We're not doing no harm. And I said to the steward, "What do you want us to do? Go out there and record in all the crowd and cause like riots with all the fans out there?" Just jobs worth at Old Trafford. You know, some of the police are all right. Most of them were City fans, so they was all right with us. But yeah, there's a lot of jobs. So as I said, I don't really like going up there. It's not my favourite away day. Not just for the results, because we don't usually get a result up there, but it's just the whole day. But the cricket club was decent. Some nice people in there. Mickey saying, "Sell Diop, the bloke is awful. Worst offender we've had. Bring back Roger Johnson." He ain't the worst offender we've ever had. I think the one you just ended there with Roger Johnson was a lot worse. But yeah, look, Diop's going for a bad time. But look, who knows? Maybe playing alongside Zuma if he gets a chance might improve him. But let's hope that we've got caleta-car or Nat Phillips or someone lined up to come in and play alongside Zuma. But how nice was it to see Zuma back at Old Trafford? Love him. What a signing he was. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of Zuma over the next few weeks and the rest of the season. Kent saying, "Ryan, what do you think of Europa League pricing?" Oh, I've done that one. Oh, you asked that one, Ken. Did I? Hang on. Am I going mad? Is that Ken? Ken, I've already answered that, mate. I think it was you, but it might not have been. But yeah, it is definitely a bit steep, mate. Yeah, as I said earlier, mate, it's a joke. They've done well with the ticket prices in the Europa League qualifying rounds in the group. So, right, let's take a couple more questions and we'll leave it there. Mickey Sam, what's your opinion, Ryan, on Antonio going away to play 3 games with Jamaica? Club should have stopped it. Look, I always hate when our players go, especially Antonio, because he's the only striker we've got. But last time Antonio went to Jamaica, he was on hot form for West Ham. He come back and his form dipped. So let's hope when he comes back now, they send back the Antonio that we sent them before, and he comes back and he finds his form. But look, you can't begrudge a player wanting to get international football. Antonio never had a chance with England. I think personally he should have. But look, he'll go away. Hopefully he won't play all 3 games, and let's hope, fingers crossed, that he comes back and he hasn't got any injuries, because that would be just disaster, especially if we ain't got anyone anyone in. Right. Danny's saying, hello, mate. Love the channel. Thank you, Danny. Look at Aston Villa, though. Get rid of Grealish and get the likes of Bailey, Brunuda, Ings, Digne, and Coutinho. Now it'll take time. We don't get shite. Yeah, it's always, when you see other clubs do things like that, they go out, and especially in this transfer window, I think, the two signings they've made so far, you see they made an instant impact since they've been there. You go and look at the United game, Coutinho scored, and then obviously they won at Everton the other day. So yeah, it's working out for Aston Villa and their signings at the moment. But yeah, let's just hope that we get a couple in and they improve our squad as much as they've improved Villa. Right. Ooh. Matt Sam, Ryan, is Phil going to turn grass for his freedom in Enders? Of course he will. Of course he will. He ain't gonna. They keep it on the low, but yeah, he ain't going to prison, is he? Right, let's have a Statman Stan of Stevenage. Ryan, what's your favourite West Ham home shirt of all time? There's been a few down the years, but I'd have to go back to my first season when I first started going, and it was the Pony Dagna Motors one with the tick across there. I bought it because I obviously had it as a kid, but obviously I lost it over the years. I actually bought one off of Classic Football Shirts a few years ago, and just quite how big the sleeves are. Massive. I won't wear it to London Stadium because if a bit of wind gets behind me, I'll take off. But yeah, that's probably up there. And the last season at the Bowling was a lovely kit as well. Plain, simple. And I think even last year's one, the 125-year anniversary shirt, was decent as well. So yeah, but I'd have to say the pony tick was one of my favourites, probably my all-time favourite. Ramakrishna is saying, Ryan, you pronounce my name properly, but from now on you can call me Krish. Oh, look, shortening names now. You can call me Rye. I'll shorten my name for you. I've only got 4 letters in my name, but you can call me Rye. R-Y, Rye. Don't you think fans are expecting too much from the team, considering we're always fighting relegation 2 years ago? This was my sort of point on Saturday when people were saying Moyes out. People need to realise, I know you lose and it's frustrating, but when you look at the situation, we've just dropped from 4th to 5th in the Premier League, and we're a point behind 4th. Last 16 in Europa, and we're still in the FA Cup. 2 years ago, we're fighting relegation. So I'd rather be dropping out the top 4 than dropping into that bottom 3. It's been tough the last few weeks with results. The Leeds defeat at home, the Southampton defeat at home. It is, but look, we're still up there. Let's just be happy that we're still up there. We all wanted a European run, and we've got that. We smashed the group. We didn't even have to worry. Look, the last group game, we fielded like nursery kids. We fielded our youngsters. We was already through. So let's just, sometimes you just got to look at it and think where we are now to where we was a couple of years ago. Hi Ryan, did Nicky tip that Portaloo over outside Old Trafford last week? No, he didn't, mate. It was a bit of banter with the United fans. I think he did go over to it and tap on the door and pretend to push it over, but yeah, it would have been funny. United fan just laying there in shit and piss. Yeah, so no, he didn't do it. He was a good boy in the end, even though they did wind us both up. Right, let's have a look. Let's get one more question in. Let's pick a good one. There's some more here. Let's have a look. Listen, why I'm right. Let's have, what's this one? Vinay. Ryan, do you secretly watch other fan channels? Are you around for Stell's show? Yeah, I do. Listen, I watch a lot of West Ham content because I like to not only see what we say on West Ham Fan TV, but I like to see what others say to see if we have the same opinions. Most of the time, we usually do. Some people will. Sometimes I might sit there and watch, I don't know, let's say Amas Chat. I see Gio and Gonzo do their thing after the game. I'll watch it the next day. And I think I look at it and they say something, and I think, yeah, do you know what? They're right. I didn't see it like that, and I'm sure they do the same to us. So yeah, it's always good. You know, there's a lot of good West Ham channels out there. I think West Ham fans are quite spoiled with the content they get from other channels. You know, so yeah, look, it's look, you either love doing it or you don't, and we love doing it. We've got we've got we've got close to some of the people over the years. Some people don't like us, but that's the way it is, isn't it? You can't like everyone, you know. It is what it is, you know. We don't. I don't dislike anyone really. I get on with everyone. Hopefully, I do. If people don't like me, they don't like me. It's just you only take me as I am. But I think I'm quite a down to earth person. I talk to anyone that stops me and wants to chat about West Ham. I enjoy doing this with my mates. So yeah. Tommy saying Alvin Martin gave me a shirt as a kid at our football presentation. Great bloke. On the same day we won the FA Cup in 1980. Wow, what was that? If that was his match worn shirt, or was that just a shirt in general? But even so, Alvin Martin gives you a little story about Alvin Martin. When I was a kid, they had an open day, a fun fair at Upton Park in the car park, and they had a little five-a-side tournament there. And I was only young; we was about 10, something like that, 11. And we was queuing up to meet the players, and there was Harry Redknapp, Mark Reaper, Alvin Martin, Peter Storey. I think Julian Dix was there. There was quite a few players, Tony COYI, and it was a long old day. And there was some sandwiches on the side, and me and my mate took them, and they ended up being Alvin Martin sandwiches. So I was fucking, oh mate, I just remember me and my mate was shitting ourselves. It was a good day though. I wish they'd done Junior Hammers Day, I think it was, or something like that. But yeah, look, this is the last question tonight because I've gone on for 42 minutes now, and I don't want to bore you. I'm probably boring you already, but look, Matty's saying, what's your opinion on Ben Johnson? Started the season well, but doesn't get a look in now. Surprised to see Fredericks come on instead on Saturday. Yeah, do you know what? Ben Johnson, when he come in, when Soufal was injured, he done so well. I remember that game against Villa, and he scored as well, and he done the old celebration which was a video he done when he was a kid. But yeah, look, I think Ben Johnson's a great player, got a great future at West Ham. I'm hoping that they get his contract sorted out. He's got a big future at West Ham. Soufal struggled. Soufal's been brilliant for us, but Soufal wasn't getting a look in. And that was credit to David Moyes as well for sticking with Ben Johnson. I mean, Ben Johnson's a very versatile player because he can play left back as well. We've seen him play there. And he can also play centre back. So, yeah, look, Ben Johnson's got a great future at West Ham. And I'm glad. The thing is with the Fredericks substitution, I could see why Moyes done it. For the simple fact is we had so much space down that right. And Soufal hasn't got the pace of Fredericks. Soufal's a better defender, but Fredericks has got that pace. And I think the overlapping, I think that's what Moyes was looking at and trying to identify. Obviously, it didn't work out because I think it was Fredericks' header that laid in, was it Martial, to put in Cavani. So, look, you win some, you lose some. That's being, that's what managers do. You know, they have to make them decisions. Right. Another Alvin Martin. Jerry saying Alvin Martin gave me my Referee of the Year award. Oh, that's nice. Old Alvin Martin, eh? He's getting about Alvin Martin. A lot of people were with their Alvin Martin stories. What a legend he is. I remember seeing him play for West Ham. It was towards the end of his career. And he's still decent then. Still good. What a legend he is for the football club. An absolute legend. FA Cup winner. And obviously his son's at the club now. David Martin, and we always, you know, you think of Alvin Martin in the last few years, that image of him and David Martin cuddling in the stands after David Martin keeping a clean sheet at Chelsea when we won. Oh, here we go. Richard saying, don't fuck with Alvin Martin sandwiching. There's a West Ham fan TV meme. Yeah, look, I was only a kid. I was 10. I was only 10. I was starving. Been there all day. I think it was like 8 in the morning till like early at like 6 o'clock at night, and yeah, it was a great day. That was. I've still got the autograph, my autograph book from now. because it was the days where you'd get the signatures and then for some reason you'd write their name at the top, which spoiled it a little bit. But yeah, Stephen's saying, got nowhere, but we don't care. Alvin Martin. Yeah, what a legend of the football club. Owen saying, glad you spoke positive about Hammers Chat. You're a good lad, right? Yeah, look, Hammers Chat have been going as long as us. I actually remember when we was filming at the Emirates with Robbie in the build-up to when we played them first game of the season, we beat them 2-0. I remember Charlie Walsh, funny enough. We put a tweet out that we was filming and Charlie walked round and come and said hello and yeah, but that's how we got to know him. And then obviously over the time of that season at the bowling, we got to meet Gio, we got to meet Gonzo. And yeah, look, as I said, I've got no problem with other channels. I like watching other channels. I think it don't matter if you've got 60,000 subscribers or 100 subscribers. You know, we've all got the same passion for West Ham and we love the football club. And, you know, we just, yeah, we've all got one love. We might not always have the same opinions, but we've all got one love. Right. Harley saying, Ryan, will you put Alvin Martin a sandwich next time? That's what I should do. Next time I see Alvin Martin, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna give him a sandwich. And when he says, what's that for, lad? I'm gonna go, don't you worry, Alvin. Don't you worry, mate. It's off my conscience now. You enjoy that sandwich. But look, I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you so much for getting involved tonight. Really enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you so much for your comments and your questions, as always. Next week, I think we're going to go back to doing this pre-recording. We're going to trial it out, see what it's like. I love doing the live ones, so I'll mix it up a bit. I will do some live ones as well. What we got coming up? Nikki's got the musings coming out, I think, tomorrow. We'll have Friday Night Pint on Friday night, obviously. Saturday, over the weekend, we'll probably have a couple more videos coming out. And then next week, we'll be building up to Kidderminster in the FA Cup. As I said, can't wait for that. But yeah, look, thank you so much for joining me tonight, as always. And as I said at the beginning of the show, look, Isla's family, Nicola, Michael, Millie, all of Isla's family, you know, our thoughts and prayers are all with you at the moment. I know Isla's funeral's on Friday, which will be a very difficult day for family, friends, and I'm sure there's going to be so many people turning up to pay tribute to little Isla. As I said, she'll be smiling down on us all, and hopefully she'll be smiling down on West Ham for the rest of the season. And yeah, as I said, from everyone at West Ham Fan TV, rest in peace, Isla, and yeah, you know, all our thoughts are with your family as well. One thing left to say: come on, you Irons!